Step 1.
Hi, kindergarten. Welcome to your final week of technology lessons for distance learning. So we're going to view our week 6 through 10 book again and go right back into it. Today we are doing slide 5 and we're going to fix up some mistakes and get it turned in.
Step 2.
So for slide 5, you need to tell your grown-up something that you like to play. So some examples could be, I like to play at the playground. I like to play with Barbies. I like to play in the pool. I like to play with my brother. I like to play on the trampoline. Anything you like to play, tell your grown-up and they can write it down for you to complete the sentence.
Step 3.
All right, now we're ready to type. We're going to click in the box and we're going to copy the sentence starter that I provided for you. So shift and the letter I, space, L-I-K-E, space, T-O, space, P-L-A-Y, space. Carson, my son, said he likes to play with monster trucks. So W-I-T-H, space, M-O-N-S-T-E-R, space, T-R-U-C-K-S, period. Now, just like we did with chicken nuggets, sometimes this might go onto a new line if it's really long. So I'm going to add a word just to show you how to fix that if that happens. Okay, so you can see that that put 2 words on my next line. And if I try to stretch this out, it is not going to get it onto one line. But part of my words are like at the edge of my paper too, and that's not good. So no big deal. We're just going to drag that box up a little bit, and now it'll work just fine.
Step 4.
Okay, for step 4, we're getting rid of my example sentence. We click on it and we hit backspace.
Step 5.
Step 5 is our pictures. We go to Insert, Image, Search the Web, and we're going to type in what we're looking for. So this one is monster trucks. And those are all real monster trucks, which are very cool. But I'm going to add the word toys here to see if I can find some images that show some toy monster trucks. This will work. All right, so I'm going to click on it, press my insert, and here it comes. Okay, it's pretty small this time, so I'm going to use a corner to make it bigger and then pull it into the center.
Step 6.
Okay, before you turn in this book, you need to proofread your writing with a grown-up. They'll help you make sure that you started everything with a capital, you ended with periods, you spelled everything right. And then we're also going to look at editing our pictures and make sure that our layout is good, because those are things you would typically be doing with me if we were in the classroom working on this book. So let's edit our words to start. I went back and I purposely made some mistakes so I could show you the most common mistakes I've been seeing and how you can edit those. All right, on this one, I'm missing the word by. So I'm going to click at the beginning. See how my cursor is flashing at the front here? Hold Shift, press B, press Y, press space. So I didn't have to get rid of any of my good things. I just added in what was missing. Let's look at number 2. We're going to focus on just the sentence right now. We'll come back and talk about picture things to fix later. Can you tell what's wrong in the sentence? Yeah, the word red should not be capitalized. It's not a proper noun. So I'm going to backspace that and make it a lowercase r. See how I had clicked just after this r? I didn't have to start at the end and backspace my good things. I just had to fix the mistake. In sentence 3, can you tell what's wrong here? Yeah, it's missing a period. Sentences should end with a period. So I'm going to click at the end, and I'm going to add that missing period. Can you tell what's wrong with sentence 4? This one's a little trickier. Let's read it. It says, my favorite animal is horse. Well, that's not grammatically correct. It's missing the word a. I'm going to click where it goes, press my A, put in a space between my words. So now it says, my favorite animal is a horse. Much better. And we did do our typing correctly today. I like to play with monster trucks.
Step 7.
Okay, for this step, let's talk about pictures. Your pictures should be laid out nicely on the page. Think like an illustrator would. They don't bunch pictures up, they use good use of white space. And that's typically something I would work on with you if we were in the classroom, but your adult can help you with that today. Let's go to slide 2. This one needs a little bit of work. You are only required to have one picture on a slide, but I noticed that some of you were putting multiple pictures, and so I wanted to talk to you about laying those pictures out nicely. See how we have empty white space here? I could add another picture there, or I could just rearrange these. So if I want to balance it a little bit, these pictures are about the same size. So what if I move them to opposite corners? These ones don't have a background to them. They're interesting shapes. So I'm going to put them in opposite corners. And then I'm going to move this to the center. And I think I need to make it a little smaller. Yeah, there we go. So that balances it out a little better. I could make that a hair bigger. Okay, so now I've thought like an illustrator would, and I've balanced the pictures on the page. Let's look at the picture on 3. Yeah, an illustrator wouldn't put it off to one side. An illustrator would put it in the center so that it's balanced on the page. What's wrong with the picture in 4? Too small. I've got a whole bunch of empty white space. So I'm going to use a corner to make it bigger and then move it into the center of the page. And the one we did today, I did correctly. It's large and centered.
Step 8.
Okay, your very last step is to turn in this book to me. I can't wait to see your work. So all of the changes are saved, so I can close out of this. And I want to press this blue turn in button to send it over to Mrs. Koppes. Yes, I want to turn it in. Now, once you turn it in, you can't typically edit your work. So if you turned it in, you're like, oh, I didn't mean to do that. I have to go fix such and such. No big deal. You can unsubmit it, which will bring it back to you, fix whatever you need to fix, and then you can turn it in again. I will look over them and I will send it back with your points. So you'll have a number / out of the 25 points. Each page is worth 5 points because this was a 5-week assignment. And so I'm going to be looking for correct spelling, correct capitalization, pictures balanced well, those different types of things. If you have any questions, you can send me a private comment and I'm happy to address that for you before you turn it in. And I can't wait to see what you guys did. Nice job, kindergarten.